head towards Christmas, one of the biggest things over here throughout the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, and no doubt the world, is His Majesty's speech. I mentioned it before, of course, that his last speech, his very first as monarch, I thought was just so beautifully executed. This time around, though, he's taking things even more radical as ever. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? You all right? Have you packed everything yet? My present? Have you? Yeah, well, I hope so. I know. Well, you know I wanted that quad bike. Oh, no, not a toy version. I know, isn't that weird? You know, when you're looking for presents for people, it's so hard now, isn't it? Because in the old days, people allegedly were happy with an apple and orange in the bottom of a stocking at the end of the bed. Now, whoa, you what? You'd have to buy the whole fruities, wouldn't you, to keep them sweet, with a blender with cracked ice. Is that what you want? Marvellous. Anyway, park that one there. Back as ever to your roll story of the day. Well, the thing about this is, as you know, every year, particularly from 1957, when our late monarch Queen Elizabeth first televised her Christmas speech, you know, it was very much sort of gone through courtiers and messages that they wanted to get out. A little bit like the parliamentary state opening of parliamentary speech, which has all really gone through via the government. This time around, though, let me tell you, His Majesty the King, King Charles, is basically saying, I'm doing it my way. And for the very first time, we're going to see a lot more sort of off-the-cuff ad-libbing, because that's what he believes in. He says at this particular age, he doesn't necessarily need to stick to a tried and tested script. I kind of agree with him, and for those that watch this show, you'll totally understand exactly what I mean. But on a more serious note, you know, he just really wants to talk about the things that actually have shaped his year and the things that he feels matters to him and, of course, his subjects. And I love that phrase, don't you? But, you know, seriously, that's what it truly should be about. The one issue, though, that he's very concerned about, because as he's been pointed out by the senior courtiers within the palace, is that he can't win. And this is the issue of whether you have pictures or not. I don't believe he will be doing that. That's what I've been told this year. But referencing certain family members, particularly those that have worked hard on behalf of the monarch, i.e. the Duchess and Duke of Edinburgh, and of course the Prince and Princess of Wales, Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal Princess Anne. All of those people have done incredibly well. Even Beatrice and Eugenie have done a lot in their own way to raise a positive profile of the monarchy. But of course, if you don't mention the other two, that is, of course, Harry and Meghan, they win. And as a source pointed out to me, this is the now conundrum that His Majesty the King has, because if he doesn't mention Harry and Meghan as beloved family members, then he's seen as negative, and everybody will say he's cruel, he cut them off, this is exactly why they left. And if he does mention them, of course, he gets a backlash from people saying, why has he mentioned them? They're no part of the British monarchy. Seemingly, of course, you can't win either way. We'll only truly know because recording apparently is going right to the bone on this particular one. So I would suspect that will be happening today. But what's interesting is, as we all know, Meghan's spin doctoring team will no doubt make sure that the king comes out of this particularly bad if he doesn't mention her and indeed her prince, Prince Harry. What do you think he should do? As ever, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you can, please like and share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.